Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dalia Lasaite, and I'm a co-founder and CEO of CGTrader. I'm very excited to be here today. Now, today we will talk about how 3D product visualization helps to transform customer experience and increase sales. I'm very happy to be here today with Tobias Nientiedt from OTTO, who will share the retailer's experience and perspective on moving from photography to 3D visualization. Let me start with a few words about CGTrader. CGTrader is one of the largest sources for 3D content in the world. At the moment, we have around 940,000 models that are showcased on our platform and work with more than 2 million 3D designers all over the globe. We have 10 years of experience managing this massive platform, and our team is located in the US, Europe, and Israel. Now, as retailers, you all know product images is one of the most powerful tools that you can use in your disposal. And even if you look at surveys, it's clear that product images and photos are the most important aspect of presenting your products online and can influence product decisions massively. They are much more influential than, let's say, FAQs or comparison charts or even reviews and recommendations. And traditionally, these product images have been used to be created with photography. Now, photography has several issues. First of all, it's still quite expensive and time-consuming to produce. Very often, products are manufactured in Asia and then shipped to Europe or to US for photo shooting. And then once you do the photo shoot, the products are typically discarded, which just think about the sustainability and the time and the cost of this process. Now, if you want to change something once you already made the photo shoot, it's actually very, very difficult. You need to repeat the process once again. And the photography-produced images, they are static. So it's not easy to manipulate them, and the customers don't have the opportunity to interact with them very deeply. As often, the customer cannot see the product in enough angles or with enough details, and that's why it can influence the confidence to purchase the product. Now, the alternative method of generating product visuals is 3D visualization. 3D visualization is creating a hyper-realistic 3D model of your product and then using it to generate different types of experiences. So what you can generate from a 3D model is, first of all, images. You can generate as many images as you like from different angles and with close-up details so that your customers can see very closely what you are selling. Now, in addition to that, you can generate interactive experiences like this one. With a 3D model on your website, you can have the customer engaging and looking at the product from different angles and understanding all the details about your product and how it works. Moreover, with the same single model, you can start offering augmented reality experiences. Augmented reality is a possibility for the consumer with their mobile device to place your product directly in their environment, which means that they can evaluate the fit, the style, the dimensions of the product, and make a more confident buying decision. Now, in addition to these interactive experiences, what you can do with the 3D model is also lifestyle images. So this image is not a photograph. It's actually a 3D model of the sofa and the room. And with the 3D visualization, you can create images like this one, but not only that, you can also have them, use them in a very flexible way. So let's say you want to use this image as a promotion for a seasonal campaign. All you need to do is to change up a few elements on the image, and now you have a Christmas image that you can use and present for your customers. Let's say you start selling a new product with a different color and you want a different environment. In that case, you can change quickly on the fly the colors and the elements in this room. And as you see here, the sofa is now brown, and the walls are also light brown, and the floor is dark. This is done without any investment. It's very simple to make these changes when you have a 3D visualization process. Now, so what we are saying is 3D visualization helps to bridge the gap between in-store experiences and online shopping. So you are providing your customer a richer experience online that influences the confidence to buy. Now, why 3D visualization has become more popular now? There are a few reasons. First of all, the technology has become more available. In the last few years, Google and Apple started supporting augmented reality directly in the mobile phone. This means that your consumers don't need to download any applications. They don't need to have a complicated process. They can just launch augmented reality process directly in the browser. And in the last few months, Google announced augmented reality search. This means that when you search for certain products or objects and they have a 3D model, you can view a 3D model interactively or in augmented reality directly on Google search results. And we help companies to take advantage of this opportunity. Also, recently, virtual try-on technologies have been developed much more. So you can now easily try a shoe with your mobile device digitally, or try jewelry, how it looks on your face. At the same time, all this infrastructure is available for the customers because more shoppers are using mobile devices. And at the same time, 3D content has become much more affordable because of both technological advances and companies like ourselves. We help retailers convert their products to 3D models. Just they send us 1 or 2 images, and we are able to convert to high-quality 3D models that are used for 3D visualization. Now, as I said, there are several benefits for using 3D visualizations versus photography. First of all, these interactive experiences increase sales conversion rates. Shopify reports that the conversion rate for products with 3D experiences is 2.5 times higher than for products without 3D experiences. At the same time, you all know the pain that is product returns. It's a massive expense for many retailers. With 3D, as the customer visualizes the product before buying, the rate of returns is reduced very significantly. With just one 3D model, you can use it in a number of environments: interactive 3D viewers, augmented reality, multiple product shots, and use it in the lifestyle images. And these interactive experiences, they help consumers build more emotional engagement with the brand and increase the brand loyalty. So we help at CGTrader retailers to move from photography to 3D visualization. We help retailers all the way from content creation to actual deployment. with just a link to a product or a couple of images of the product and the dimensions, we are able to create super high quality 3D models at any volume. And we have a very rigorous quality assurance process because your customers need to make sure that the product looks real. So not only we have the rigorous process, but also software that enables the retailer use it and mark any problems directly on the model instead of using screenshots and spreadsheets. Now, some companies, they don't have much organizational capacity to invest into 3D visualization now. And for these companies, we help them with taking care of everything. So what we provide is an embed link, like similar to YouTube link, which contains 3D viewers, augmented reality experiences, and product shots. That means that the retailer doesn't have to invest into a large team of experts who would make this happen on the website. And finally, for retailers with thousands of products, we help them manage this new content type. Now, some of our customers include some of the biggest names in retail. Unfortunately, many of them are under NDAs. However, I can say that we work with Fatboy, Garten und Freizeit, Shopify, and Crate & Barrel here in the US. And today I'm very excited because here we have a testimonial from Crate & Barrel, but moreover, we have Tobias here, who is from OTTO, parent company of Crate & Barrel. And they will share their experience of moving from photography to to 3D visualization. Tobias.
Yeah, thank you, Dalia. First of all, hello from my side. I'm really glad to be here today and have the opportunity to talk about why we changed to 3D visualization and how we managed that change. First of all, some comments about myself, some words about myself, because then you can bring some of my words into a better context. I've worked as an art director and CG artist for the last 15 years for several advertising agencies and obviously car brands, as you can see, but not only car brands. So yeah, I grew up with CGI, if you want. And today I'm working for OTTO. For those of you who haven't heard about OTTO, it's the biggest e-commerce home and living retailer in Germany. We have approximately 4,500 employees, most of them in the headquarters in Hamburg, and we're part of the OTTO group. And as Dalia already mentioned, the brand from the OTTO group that you probably know best is Crate & Barrel. Why do we produce our images with 3D visualization? The first reason is, as I said, we come from a mail order retail background, but we're going to become a platform, so we're on that journey today. And with becoming a platform, the need for content is increasing drastically. So there are way more products on the platform today than ever, and with more products, obviously, you need more content. And right now, it's already at a point where producing all that content with classical photography, we do it, but it's close to not possible anymore because it's just way too much. Another reason is variance. The image, for example, that you see here on the left is also 100% CGI. There's no image, no photography involved in that image. And just think about you're selling kitchens and you have 10 different cabinets of that kitchen, 10 different fronts, 10 worktops, 10 handles. So you come to 10,000 variants of that single kitchen. And if you would want to produce that in classical photography, you have to produce all these kitchens, ship them to the photo studio, build up the room in the photo studio, and then you need a kitchen builder who builds up all these kitchens, and then you're making 10,000 images of these kitchens. I mean, you see, it's almost not possible in real life to have then an image of every possible kitchen combination for your customer. With CGI, that is way more easy because you just build up the kitchen, the model of the kitchen, so the shape once, and then you digitize all your materials that you have, and then you combine it in an automated process. And then the computer is calculating all of these images, and let's say two days later, you have a folder with all these 10,000 images of all your kitchens. You can see the whole 3D visualization thing also more as a digitization of the content creation process. And with digitization, there comes automation, and with automation, there comes scalability. So that's why we do it at OTTO. And then the next reason is augmented reality. We started with that technology 3 years ago with the first tests. We were one of the first retailers who built up some test applications together with Apple and Google. We recognize that this is the future, or we believe that this is the future, how furnitures are going to be sold in the future on the internet. So 5 years from now, only the retailers, the home and living retailers who can offer augmented reality will be able to survive. Yeah, as I said, we started with a first showcase app, but nowadays, as you can see here on the left, it's our special interest shop, Home and Living. Today, we've implemented that technology directly into our shopping app. So when a customer is scrolling through the different sofas in that case, there's always a little hint on the top left corner saying AR, and then in the blue bar it says place in the room, so you just press it, and then you're able to see that furniture in your room or in your living room. How did we manage that change process? As I already mentioned, I come from an advertising background. And when we produced CGI image for a campaign, we produced 5 images, 7 images, let's say 10 images, or even for a car line catalog, it was 50, 70, sometimes 100 images, but never thousands or even 100,000s of images. And for OTTO, we need approximately 390,000 images a year. So with classical photography, that wouldn't be possible. So what did we do? In classical advertising context, you go to a CGI studio and they're doing everything for you. They're digitizing the materials, they're modeling the stuff that you need, they're building the rooms, they're styling it, lightening it, and then in the end rendering it and do the post-production. But with that amount of images, that wouldn't be possible. So what we did was we splitted our production into several parts. The first one is the material scanning, which we do, or the digitization of the material is done through a scan process, that it's not just taking the color like you know it from a regular scanner, but it's also scanning into the depth of the material, so you get the structure of the material, the 3-dimensional structure of the material as well. And then the second part is the modeling, so building the shapes of the products, what CGTrader is doing as well. And then the third part is the rendering of the different images. And we've recognized that, especially when it comes to the rendering, cultural differences could make a big difference because we made some tests, and in the end, when we did the stuff with vendors from China or the Far East, that the living rooms, for example, they had palms outside and all that kind of stuff. So it doesn't really fit to our needs when it should look like a German living room. That's why we do the renderings mostly in Europe or in Germany. Then the next thing I want to talk about is the process, which was quite a tough thing. At OTTO, we had no real visualization of the whole image production process at that moment when we started with CGI, because they started small with doing images, and then there were some more things plugged to that process, and there were not a single person who knows the whole process. So we had to find all these different people who are involved and get them into our war room that you see here and ask them how the process looks like with all the different documents and the different systems and servers until we had that process visualized, which took us approximately 3 months to came to that stage. And then we took that process and we duplicated it, and then we took a look on which parts do we have to make changes to be able to produce CGI instead of photography, because we tried to change as less as possible so that the colleagues doesn't have a complete new process who will be involved in producing the images, but has more or less the same process with just some minor changes. And then another thing I want to talk about are the OTTO houses. So what we did was we produced 3 different type of rooms in advance. So these rooms are completely configuratable. You can change materials on the floors, on the walls. You can change the ceiling height. You can change the style of the doors, of the windows. You can move walls, which leads to a complete configurable room setup, which makes the actual production process way faster, because the artist can just plug the room together how it's needed. And also we don't have that many discussions about architecture anymore in the actual production process, because they're all pre-done and approved in advance. Yeah, here's a typical image package I want to show you that we always produce when it comes to furniture. So we've got our hero shot. Also, these images are obviously complete CGI. We've got our hero shot that looks like this, and then we've got a front and a back shot, and then we've got some detailed shots, as you can see on the bottom. And yeah, it's not really a difference if you use CGI or 3D visualization or photography. The quality nowadays is so good that it works perfect. And then we've got we call it ambient motive or lifestyle motive if you want, where you see the product in a room context, so that the customer have a better idea of the product also in relation to other products and to a room. And that's what was it. Thank you. If you've got any questions, we've got some time left to do some Q&A, or if you want to talk about that topic later on, you can also come to the CGTrader booth. It's the 1438, I think, and we can have a chat there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. If you have any questions, please raise your hand and we are able to take some of them.
Thank you.
Just a second, the mic will come right here.
Okay, Ralf Schinke from Germany also. Okay. Question for the modeling. How much can you rely on, or do you use, let's say, the data of the producer of the goods to do the modeling, or do you make a modeling on your own from scratch on the product that you have?
You're asking me, right? So it always depends on the quality of the construction data, actually. We've got a team with CGI experts, and we always have some kind of onboarding process with new manufacturers where we take a look how the data looks like. And when the data is fine and everything that we need is implemented, then we take the data. But yeah, sometimes it's not. And then we're helping us with measurement sheets, some images of the products and that kind of stuff. And that works perfect, actually, both ways.
For us, for our customers, many of them don't have the CAD data. So typically, it's they send us a couple of images, and dimensions. These are one image or two images, and dimensions is enough.
There. Sorry, I was a little louder than I thought. How many models are you guys producing sort of like on an annual basis, and how much churn is there like on the merchandising side? Meaning, every year, obviously, you guys don't sell. You sell some of the same stuff, but you also have new products. I'm curious, like, how do you sort of manage that churn and the total throughput that you have to produce every year?
You're asking me, actually, I can't tell you, I can't answer that question because we're still not at the end where we're producing everything in the home and living department through CGI. And I'm pretty sure there will be some products where it just doesn't make sense to use CGI, right? It's not perfect for every product. There are some products when it comes to accessories, for example, where you don't have data, where the shape is very complex, and where the price of the product is not that high, then it just doesn't make sense. So.
Hello.
Yeah.
Can you talk about CGI as used in apparels or something that humans wear? Yeah.
Yes, so we are seeing more and more interest from fashion and apparel. Of course, at the moment, a lot of interest is coming from the accessories side of things. So shoes, jewelry, bags, very common. With apparel, we have had some experiences where you have a digital model and showcasing the clothes on digital model so that you can actually, that particular client was using it to meet buyers in their buyers, B2B situation. Of course, that's the holy grail, and whoever starts using it and using it in a scalable way, that will be a massive impact on the industry. All right, so thank you very much for coming, and enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you.
Thank you.